In the world of television comedy, few shows captured the spirit of carefree fun quite like the Wayans Brothers during its original run from 1995 onward. Shawn and Marlon Wayans brought their unmistakable brand of silliness to the small screen, riffing off each other's energy and making millions of viewers laugh week after week. Alongside them was the unforgettable John Witherspoon, who lit up the set as Pops, injecting hilarious one-liners into any moment that threatened to become too serious. Yet beneath the show's playful exterior, there were real people with lives as vibrant and at times as fragile as the comedy they created. Over the years, 29 individuals connected to the show in various ways, whether as recurring actors, day players, behind-the-scenes crew members, or cameo guests, passed away under circumstances that range from heartbreaking to startlingly sudden. Their stories are a mixture of triumph, turmoil, and tragedy. John Witherspoon was born on January 27, 1942. He became a fixture in black sitcom culture, especially with his roles in the Friday films, and of course as Pops in the Wayans Brothers. Even though he was 77 when he died on October 29, 2019, his passing still came as a shock to fans and colleagues, as he had been active and performing right up until the end. Reports indicated he passed away in his sleep, believed to be related to a cardiac issue. In his private life, John had a relatively low-key existence. A devoted husband and father of two sons, he lived in Sherman Oaks, California, enjoying a comfortable but unpretentious lifestyle. John's comedic instincts were legendary among his peers. He could make people laugh at a moment's notice, which gave him a larger-than-life quality on screen, but off-camera he was known for being down-to-earth. His death felt like the end of an era, leaving behind a void for those who had grown up hearing his booming voice and seeing his exaggerated expressions of fatherly exasperation. Gene Baxter, who made a cameo as a chatty store employee in the second season, had a completely different kind of career. Born on June 10, 1963, he spent much of his adult life working in community theater before shifting into small television roles. He was never a household name, but he earned respect for his willingness to bring humor to even the simplest of scenes. Unfortunately, on March 5, 2010, at just 46 years old, Gene was in a fatal car accident while driving home from a late-night rehearsal. He left behind a wife and a 5-year-old daughter. Former colleagues remember him as a man who took his craft seriously, but never himself, always ready to laugh, never too busy to help a newcomer backstage. Another individual whose presence on set may have gone unnoticed by casual viewers was Tyra Marie Grover. Born on November 12, 1974, she appeared as a background dancer in a few episodes, never the focus of a scene, yet always contributing a spark. She was known behind the scenes for her relentless positivity and for encouraging others to chase their dreams. Diagnosed with breast cancer in her late 20s, Tyra refused to let illness strip her of her optimism. She created online videos urging young women to go for regular checkups and reminding them that early detection could save lives. Tragically, she lost her battle on August 20, 2005 at the age of 30. Those who knew her still talk about her light, that irrepressible energy that cancer could not dim until the very end. Some cameo appearances felt like fleeting moments, yet the real-life stories behind them were anything but trivial. Eddie Johnson, born on May 3, 1960, briefly played a stern but kind-hearted police officer. He was a soft-spoken man who juggled a stressful personal life with looking after his aging mother. Eddie developed diabetes in his 40s, a condition he initially neglected because he was so focused on his family obligations. On February 12, 2018, at age 57, he died from complications related to diabetes. For many people on set, it was a reminder of how easy it is to overlook one's own health in the rush of daily responsibilities. Sometimes the unsung heroes are those who never appear on camera at all. Jennifer J. Campos, born on February 1st, 1972, served as an assistant production coordinator. She was the person making sure props were in place, that scripts got distributed on time, and that each day's schedule ran as smoothly as possible. People recalled how she tackled the chaos with an almost maternal devotion. In 2010, she boarded a flight to Canada to scout a location for a new production she was hoping to line produce. Sadly, that plane went down on September 9th, and Jennifer was one of the lives lost. She was just 38, and many friends in the industry still wonder how far she might have gone had fate granted her more time. Lionel Grimes, born September 21st, 1958, was a warm presence on set, even though he mostly appeared in the background as a passerby or a random store customer. After the show, he tried his hand at opening a restaurant, a long-held dream that he struggled to maintain. His health took a downturn in early 2000. On January 2nd, he died of a sudden stroke at just 41. He left behind a wife and 2 young children, and the outpouring of love from the local community was immense. Former colleagues say he made everyone laugh during shoots, even when he barely had a line. Harriet McCallum had a single voiceover gig for an animated segment in one of the show's holiday specials, and that might not sound like much. But for Harriet, it was the proud culmination of years honing her voice acting craft. Born on July 13, 1965, she had dreams of expanding her career in Hollywood. In her late 40s, she was diagnosed with liver cancer, which prompted her to move back to her hometown in Texas to be surrounded by family. She died on August 11, 2015, at age 50. Though her appearance on the Wayans Bros was fleeting, she remains fondly remembered by voice actors who admired her blend of humor and vulnerability. Alonzo "Zoe" Reed, born on October 19, 1970, handled on-set audio. He was known for adjusting mics between takes, ensuring every comedic line was captured crisply. Zoe had a tumultuous childhood. His parents divorced early, leaving him to discover his own path. He found solace in music and sound engineering, eventually translating that passion into working on sitcoms. On June 14, 2016, at age 45, he suffered a severe stroke. His pregnant wife gave birth just a month later, ushering in new life even as the family grieved Zoe's untimely death. Glenda Price was born on April 10, 1935. She portrayed a grumpy older neighbor in one episode that had viewers laughing out loud thanks to her perfect comedic timing. Glenda had a long career on the stage before dabbling in TV. She was diagnosed with lung cancer later in life, and it progressed swiftly. She passed away on December 28, 2001, at 66. A number of younger actors credit Glenda with teaching them how to inhabit characters fully, even if the role was small. A far more heartbreaking story belongs to Daryl Holton, born March 7, 1975, who appeared in a special episode featuring Marlon Wayans as a guest performer on another comedy show. Though Daryl showed comedic promise, behind the scenes he battled severe depression. On May 15, 2012, at just 37, Daryl took his own life. Bianca Reyes, born on August 2, 1980, caught viewers' attention as a glamorous model in a fictional commercial that played during one episode. Off-screen, Bianca wrestled with societal pressures to maintain her looks. She underwent repeated cosmetic surgeries, never fully content with herself. During one procedure, she suffered a cardiac event that led to her death on November 24, 2020, at age 40. Samuel Yates, born on May 9, 1962, made a comedic cameo as an old friend of Shawn's. He was not a seasoned actor. His main job was in construction, and he took small acting gigs as a side passion. On March 29, 2003, Samuel died in a job site accident, leaving behind a wife and 3 children. He had hoped to transition full-time into acting someday, but time and circumstance cut that dream short. Morris Delgado, born June 17, 1969, worked as a secondary camera operator and was known for filming outdoor segments in the hustle and bustle of mid-90s New York City backgrounds that the show liked to integrate. Morris was a friendly soul, always smiling but also quietly living with a congenital heart condition. On September 4, 2017, at 48 years old, he died suddenly at home. Many who worked with him remember his meticulous eye for detail and how he used to say he wanted to capture the city's energy on camera. Louise Avery, born on December 1, 1940, had a small part as a feisty customer at the cafe, verbally sparring with Marlon over trivial issues. She loved every minute in front of the camera, seeing it as a break from her long theater career. In early 2005, at age 64, she contracted a severe respiratory infection that developed into pneumonia. She died on January 18, 2005, just weeks after her diagnosis, reminding everyone how precious and precarious life can be. Dwayne Freeman, born on November 30, 1967, was a makeup artist, known for not just skillful work, but also for lifting everyone's spirits during long nights of filming. He had a contagious sense of humor that balanced out the stress. On February 23, 2006, at only 38, he was electrocuted at home while attempting to fix a faulty light fixture. Colleagues were stunned by how quickly a vibrant life could end. To this day, longtime crew members recall Dwayne as a ray of sunshine backstage. The show sometimes featured cameo dancers like Tricia Coleman, born on April 22, 1977, who appeared in the background for a quick dance scene. She was a dedicated performer who overcame personal hurdles in her youth, only to face an insurmountable one in adulthood: cervical cancer. She fought fiercely, undergoing multiple treatments, but died on October 7, 2019, at 42. Marcus Berry, born on January 14, 1973, popped up as a high school friend of Marlon in one comedic storyline. He had once shown promise as a basketball player, but injuries and personal missteps veered him away from sports. After filming his one-episode gig, Marcus succumbed to substance abuse. Years of alcohol and drug misuse led to organ failure, and he died on July 9, 2004, at only 31. Brianna Westfield, born on September 10, 1976, played one of Shawn's many short-lived love interests. She was considered a breakout talent, known for her expressive face and comedic timing. After leaving the show, Brianna moved on to indie film roles, but never achieved widespread recognition. She died on January 15, 2020, at 43, following a motorcycle accident on a trip with her boyfriend. Behind every good set is a team of lighting professionals like Quincy Wallace, born on August 28, 1965, who helped illuminate the comedic banter so it showed up perfectly on camera. Under stressful night shoots, Quincy would joke that he was the keeper of the light. On June 2, 2001, at just 35, he suffered a stroke at work and didn't recover. His colleagues organized a memorial service right on the lot, a rare tribute usually reserved for more visible faces. Natalie Brown, born on February 5, 1978, performed as a university student in a storyline that poked fun at college life. She had big dreams beyond her cameo appearance, but those dreams ran headlong into an unexpected diagnosis of lupus. Over time, complications from the disease intensified, and Natalie died on October 18, 2018, at 40. Her story underscores how quickly chronic illness can alter a promising trajectory. Harold Drake, born on March 12, 1955, was never in front of the cameras. He was the security guard keeping an eye on the set, making sure cast and crew could go about their work unbothered. On November 10, 2000, he confronted a suspected trespasser and was tragically shot by someone who panicked when discovered. He died at 45, leaving behind a grieving family and a stunned production team that had always counted on him for safety and camaraderie. Some cameo dancers leave a lasting impression, and Tina Hernandez, born on January 16, 1979, was one such person. She showcased a flash mob-style dance routine in a lively segment that still makes fans smile when they watch reruns. Tina was also a dance teacher widely respected in her community. But at 32, on April 21, 2011, she lost a battle with bone cancer. She had managed to organize a dance marathon fundraiser shortly before her death, proving her spirit could reach far beyond her own suffering. Randall Moore, born on April 11, 1970, had the dangerous yet thrilling job of being a stunt performer. For the Wayans brothers, he worked on a silly chase scene, ensuring that all the physical gags stayed entertaining and safe, at least as safe as stunt work can be. In 2008, he was on a different set performing a more complicated stunt. That time, something went horribly awry, resulting in a spinal injury from which he never recovered. He passed away on February 15, 2008 at 37, leaving behind a wife and a 2-year-old child. Deidre McCall, born on August 8, 1968, surfaced briefly as a hot dog vendor whose comedic encounter with Shawn and Marlon involved some playful verbal sparring. She was an avid supporter of local charities and had a wide social circle, though she chose not to marry. At 33, on January 27, 2002, she died from acute encephalitis, a sudden inflammation of the brain. The swiftness of her illness took everyone by surprise, leaving close friends in shock. Oliver Paxton, born on September 25, 1961, came on board as a guest writer for a handful of episodes, infusing them with comedic bits that capitalized on the Wayans' knack for physical and improvisational humor. He had battled with writer's block earlier in his career, but found fresh inspiration working with such energetic performers. Unfortunately, Oliver was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and after a brief remission, it returned aggressively. He passed on May 2, 2019, at 57. Jason Coates, born on January 4, 1972, specialized in hairstyling and grooming for the men on set. Whether it was Marlon's quick wardrobe change or Shawn's final touches, Jason was the one behind the scenes making sure everyone looked camera-ready. He juggled multiple projects, fueling constant stress and bouts of insomnia. One morning on November 19, 2017, he woke up feeling chest pain and collapsed. The heart attack proved fatal at 45. Mallory Schmidt, born on October 5, 1975, was an assistant editor on the post-production side. She meticulously stitched together scenes to maintain comedic rhythm, often working late into the night. On August 30, 2004, at 28, Mallory was driving home after a marathon editing session when her car was struck by a truck whose driver failed to stop at a red light. The tragedy shocked everyone on the production team, many of whom recalled she had been talking excitedly about her plans for the weekend. Seth Donovan, born on November 10, 1960, had the daunting job of coordinating multiple moving parts. He was the production manager who wrangled location details, oversaw daily filming schedules, and handled logistics from top to bottom. As he approached his late 40s, he ignored warning signs of heart disease that doctors had mentioned. On May 24, 2009, at 48, he died from cardiac complications. Carolyn Gibbs, born on June 18, 1948, appeared in a single episode playing a flirtatious older woman drawn to John Witherspoon's Pops. Though she had only a small part, fans found her comedic interplay with Witherspoon endearing. Carolyn spent most of her life in local theater before transitioning to a handful of TV guest spots. In her final years, she faced a devastating diagnosis of stomach cancer, which she fought with remarkable determination until her death on April 12, 2023 at 74. And if you feel inclined, leave your comments, share your favorite memories from the show, or your reflections on how fragile life can be. Make sure to subscribe or follow so you won't miss future explorations into the hidden chapters behind other beloved shows. Thanks for being part of this community, and may we keep these 29 departed souls in our hearts whenever we revisit the laughter they helped bring into the world.